Top of the morning to you. It's the 22nd of December 2023. It's Friday and it's rubbish outside still. We've had Storm Pia passing over us and it's beginning to lose its grip, but it's still pretty horrible out there, certainly not motorbiking weather. Whenever I was a young lad, a wee lad, and my father was still alive, I remember him talking about this man here. This is Alexander Buck Alec Robinson. He lived from 1901 to 1995, and whenever my father was talking about him, I wasn't quite sure whether this was a man who actually lived or was he a fictional character, because my father revealed something about him that I just couldn't take in. This man kept lions in his garden or backyard in Belfast. This to me was just totally outlandish. So I looked him up there on Wikipedia, and I'm doing this wee video because Buck Alec, as he was well known, was a real person, and he was a Belfast character, and he deserves to be remembered. Whether all the stories about him are true or not, I don't know. There's been various claims made about him, many of them unsubstantiated. There's an awful lot of folklore attached to him, and it's difficult at times discerning what is fact and what is fiction. I'm not here to talk about the sensitive areas about his life, and because I don't know. And most people, probably everybody, doesn't really know the truth. But he certainly was a colourful character in round the 1920s and 30s. He was born in York Street, somewhere on York Street, and well known round the Sailortown area. He was a street fighter. In his early days, he was in trouble with the law on quite a few occasions. He was also a notable boxer, and in 1927, at the age of 26, he won the Irish Middleweight Championship. So he was no walkover, he was no pushover. He was a contemporary of two other boxers, one that was a Catholic fella and one was a Protestant, and they were Silver McKee and a guy called Stormy Wetherall. My father talked about them as well. So I knew these names, but I didn't really know whether they actually were real persons. But here's the story that I want to home in on about Alexander Buck Alec Robinson. Around about World War II, Buck Alec acquired, I believe, 3 lands. Now, some people would tell you that he got one from Dublin Zoo, and that he got one from Belfast Zoo, and that he picked up another one from a travelling circus making its way through Belfast. I don't know where he got the lands from, but the lands were true, and they were toothless lands. There were no teeth in them. And there were sort of pets. If a land could be a pet, it's hard to envisage that. So apparently he exercised them at the back of his house, and they kept him in his backyard. Back Ship Street was where he was living at that particular time, and there was waste ground in behind it, so it is thought that he exercised the lands on the waste ground. And others will tell you that he was regularly seen walking the lands, or one of them or two of them, in round Sailortown. So, an interesting character, and I was he's certainly a sharp dresser by the look of him, and he was a tough enough boy. You can check out all the rest of his life story by looking up Wikipedia page. Now, whether it's correct or not correct, I just don't know. But that's where you'll find him, and I was surprised to see that he had quite an extensive Wikipedia page. Buck Alec Robinson. He's gone, but he's certainly not forgotten.